If you're planning to buy a home in Prescott, listen to this very carefully because we've seen home inspections here completely fall apart due to issues that were totally invisible, even in homes that looked beautiful online and in person. So stay tuned. We'll tell you some of the things we've seen in the Prescott area in the past 20 years. Hey everyone, I'm Jessica.
And I'm Lisa.
And we help buyers and sellers navigate Prescott's inspection process so they don't end up blindsided by hidden issues that cost thousands of dollars.
These horror stories aren't meant to scare you away. They're just meant to make you aware. We're talking about inspection reports with septic systems literally collapsing underground, polybutylene pipes ready to burst, mold hiding behind freshly painted walls, flipped homes with illegal wiring and additions that were never permitted, which could tank your insurance or resale value. And the scary part, none of these were obvious before the inspection. These are real stories, anonymized, but exactly the kinds of surprises you could run into during your escrow if you're not prepared.
One of the worst inspections we ever experienced was a nice home on a beautiful 1-acre lot in Prescott. Beautiful inside, fresh paint, new flooring, modern fixtures. The buyers loved it. During the septic inspection, the septic inspector pumped the tank and nothing came out. Why? Because the entire tank had collapsed underground. The leach field was failing, the tank had shifted, wastewater was leaking into the soil, and had been doing this for a while. And here's what's scary. The repair estimate was $25,000 to $35,000.
And here's the real shock. You cannot see septic problems during a showing. The yard looks normal, the house smells fine, everything flushes until it doesn't. In many parts of Prescott, Chino Valley, and some areas of Prescott Valley, many homes are on septic, not sewer. Septic inspections are not included in a standard home inspection. In Arizona, the seller must order the septic inspection and certification and have it completed prior to the close of escrow. We recommend asking the seller to complete the septic inspection during the inspection period. That way, if there are repairs that are needed, there's plenty of time to negotiate the repairs and get them done. Now, the same can go for a home connected to a city sewer. We recently had buyers cancel a contract due to the home they wanted having some plumbing issues. A neighbor mentioned there had been problems, and our inspector recommended having a licensed plumber scope the line with a camera. Sure enough, the clay pipe from the home to the main line in the middle of the street was cracked. If you skip this, you could inherit a 5-figure problem you legally can't avoid.
Another buyer was under contract on a perfectly maintained 90s home. Great curb appeal, clean, updated, move-in ready. However, the inspector found something that instantly changed everything, and that was polybutylene plumbing. These pipes look totally normal from the outside until they burst, and more than likely, they will burst. Insurance companies hate them. Some won't insure the home at all. The cost of replacing this type of piping in an average home, about $6,000 to $20,000, depending on the size of the home and accessibility to the plumbing. The seller had no idea, the buyer had no idea. Without a good inspector, our clients would have moved in and maybe even had to deal with massive future flooding and insurance nightmares. Polybutylene was commonly used in 1980s and 1990s homes. If the listing doesn't mention updated plumbing, don't assume anything.
We've had an inspector walk into newly upgraded and updated homes with fresh paint, new flooring, perfect staging, but then notice something in the corner of a bedroom. There was a slight bubbling in one corner near the baseboard and a faint musty smell in the closet. When the sellers had it looked at, there was mold behind the wall. The seller had no idea, and neither did the professional painter they hired. With mold, professional remediation needs to take place, and that entails assessment and containment, removal of damaged materials, cleaning and disinfection, fixing the moisture source, restoration and rebuilding, and the cost can be $10 to $25 per square foot. Maybe something you don't want to get into.
Let's talk about flip homes, and let's be clear, this may not hold true for all the flip homes out there. But here's some signs that maybe corners were cut when someone was flipping a home to sell quickly and make a bit of money. You may see new cabinets, nice countertops, and modern fixtures, but during inspections, there were outlets with reverse polarity, new flooring laid over soft spots and subflooring, mismatched electrical work, bathrooms that aren't vented, and no permits for that kitchen wall that was removed. It was cosmetic lipstick over some major issues. These homes can be staged to hide problems, so just some things to watch out for. Here's a pro tip. If a flip looks too good to be true, it usually is. Always check permit history, licensed contractors, structural changes, roof age, and ventilation.
Okay, let's touch on illegal add-ons. A lot of times while showing properties, we'll notice Arizona rooms or sunrooms added onto the property, and here's the problem. The county has no record of it, so no permit, no inspection. So this means it can't be counted in the square footage. It may not meet safety codes, insurance may not cover it in fire, and it shouldn't be used to justify a price. Illegal additions look harmless on the surface until the appraiser ignores the square footage and your home value tanks. Here's another issue we see. A ton of older mobile and manufactured homes have DIY Arizona rooms, decks, and porch roofs built by homeowners or handymen. No installer license, no ROC license, no real engineering. So no building permit, no structural calculations for snow or wind, no electrical permits for outlets or lighting in the addition, and the addition is bearing on the home instead of being self-supporting. And all of these things can be a problem for appraisals, financing, and insurance. And here's something else most people don't realize about adding on to mobile or manufactured homes, and this is important. For anything attached to a manufactured home or a mobile home, such as an Arizona room, a porch, a carport, or anything else, the builder should have an Arizona Department of Housing installer license, specifically an I-10D for accessory structures and an appropriate ROC residential contract license as well.
For all of these reasons, you must have a strong inspection team. The truth is, Prescott has older homes, unique soil, crawl spaces, septic systems, and DIY improvements. You need a top-tier home inspector, a separate sewer or septic inspector, a roof inspector, and an HVAC specialist. And don't forget, as a buyer, you have the opportunity to have anything inspected that you deem necessary. A strong team doesn't cost you money. It saves you from incredibly expensive mistakes.
If you're thinking about buying a home in the Prescott area, reach out to us before you get into escrow. We help buyers avoid homes with hidden issues, bad flips, dangerous plumbing, failing septic systems, and all the surprises that don't show up in listing photos. Our contact information is in the description below. Let's make sure your home is a blessing, not a nightmare. And hey, help us get to 1,000 subscribers. We really appreciate it. And as always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.